Welcome back to Still on the Air, a new school year. We are back and better than ever. I'm David Pierce Anderson. After my drunken antics on the last episode of last season, they didn't cancel the show. It's a miracle. Jackson the Ankles Touchberry back again for another year of Still on the Air. How you doing, buddy?
My ankles are nice and limber, and I'm ready for this show.
They look great. Went with the sockless look today, at least the no-shows. Can we get a shot of those ankles? Maybe. There we go. We got some movement now. Look at those. Ooh, mama. You've been working out.
Just the ankles.
Just the ankles. Well, they look great. Jackson, how'd your summer go?
Oh, it was a great summer, actually, yeah.
Well, what was great about it? I saw a lot of posts on your Snapchat in particular.
I got a seasonal job working on a petting farm, and that is a lot of fun.
I hear it's a great place to pick up chicks.
Aha! Like the bird.
Like the bird.
Yep.
Yes. And that's one place you're allowed to let cocks run free.
Not for long.
Not for long. And kids are there too, goats and children.
Yep.
The only place cocks and kids can live in harmony.
We have all varieties.
All varieties.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Any exciting stories while working at a petting zoo? Petting zoo, petting farm, is there a difference?
I think zoo implies some kind of exoticness, and these are just farm animals.
And I never got the difference between petting zoos and other zoos. I feel if you're gutsy enough, every zoo is a petting zoo.
If they're close enough, yeah, if you can reach.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, that's a good point. So, any crazy stories that happened while you were working at the zoo farm?
I was almost killed.
Really?
By a cow with horns.
Okay.
Not a bull, a cow with horns.
What happened there? I mean, I don't want to.
I got out of the way.
Okay. Fair enough. Did you anger the cow with horns?
I was just there,
okay.
And she's a butthole. So that's about it.
Fair enough. Well, I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad you're back here for another season and another school year. It's 2018, but that doesn't mean that we have stopped with our non-sponsor segment of the show. As always, it's time for one of our favorite additions. This time to honor those who do not supply us with any monetary compensation. And what better non-sponsor than the Paul McCartney Funko Pop. And just like his album Egypt Station, this Funko is #1. Like ebony and ivory, it will live in perfect harmony with the rest of your Funko collection. Featuring Sir Paul with a beautifully sculpted rendition of his mop top. When I saw this figure in stores, I said, I got to get you into my life. So get one today for almost triple its original retail price. Hey, Jude, go get one. Look at that. That's the new album. You want to get a shot of that. His first #1 in America in 36 years.
Go figure.
He's still got it, man. 76 years old. Paul McCartney. If you haven't heard him, I don't know what you've been doing. So go check out Paul McCartney.
Okay.
You know what day it is, Jackson?
Tuesday?
September 18th, which means some people are celebrating birthdays today. And we want to celebrate those couple people celebrating birthdays. First of all, Jason Sudeikis. He is turning 43 years old today. Jason Sudeikis.
In the house?
Yes, I don't know. I invited him on the show, but he'll be turning 43 years old today. He, of course, the SNL writer and actor, and now a comedy god, I would say, maybe in the past couple of years. A great comedian there. And, of course, Andronikos Komnenos, the Byzantine Empire prince and military commander. He would have turned 927 today. So we want to wish both of those guys happy birthdays.
Gone too soon.
Yep, gone too soon. I don't know how long he did live, but I should have looked into that.
Oh well.
One of my heroes. Anyway, a new school year means a new a new outlook on campus. Everybody's looking forward to the new school year. And one of the buildings that we haven't heard many updates from was Strong Hall. Strong Hall, it was under construction last year, and I wanted to see how they were doing. So I ran into a worker yesterday, and here's what we had to say. Welcome to the campus of Eastern Michigan University. I'm at Strong Hall, and we're hoping to catch up on how they're doing with the progression of the renovations here at Strong Hall. We might be able to talk to a worker. Actually, sir, do you mind talking with ETV for a moment?
Sure, yeah, I was about to go to work, but I got a little bit of time.
Okay, well, thank you. What's your name?
Johnny Bosworth, yeah.
All right, well, Johnny, nice for spending some time with us. Can you tell us how the renovations are going? They're looking like they're coming along.
Oh, yeah, they are coming along pretty quickly. We just organized everything. It should take about 30 to 40 more years. About there, we hit the sweet spot, and we're good, yeah.
say 3 to 4D more years?
Yeah, we're actually very proud of that. We shaved off a couple of months, maybe even a year. So we're looking pretty good right now. Yeah.
You've been on this site for a year and a half. How is it going to take 4 more decades?
Oh, it's hard work. It's really, really hard. We work very hard here. We go as fast as we can. We got really long work days, Wednesdays, 12 to 2. And in that, we usually take about an hour and a half at Chick-fil-A for lunch. So, yeah.
This is 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. or 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.?
No, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., yeah. Yeah.
So with an hour and a half lunch, that means you're working a half an hour?
Roughly, yeah. That's what we try to do. We work very hard, very fast. We go strong, like Strong Hall. You get it? That was a joke.
That's funny. So how much work did you get done over the summer?
Oh, we actually don't work in the summer. No, it gets too hot. It's really, really gross. There's nobody around to watch us work either, so we don't really like to do it in the summer. We don't like to do it in the winter either because there's snow everywhere. It gets in the way. And fall gets kind of spooky. Every now and then you'll see a witch flying around. We don't like any of that. Spring is a maybe because of my allergies, but we'll see. But, yeah.
Frankly, I don't see this job ever getting finished.
What are you talking about? We've done so much already. I mean, we got everything mapped out. It's going to be good.
3 to 40 years. Are you even going to be alive in 3 to 40 years?
Probably not. But all 3 of my kids right now, they're all in school to become Strong Hall construction workers right now. So we're looking good on that. The next generation is going to come in strong, like the name of the building.
It's the same joke you said earlier.
Yeah, I know.
So is there a specific degree for Strong Hall construction workers?
Yeah, they actually teach it here at Eastern Michigan University
Where do they teach it?
in Strong Hall.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's looking pretty good for now, I guess.
Oh, that's not Strong Hall. That's the building we're making to keep all the stuff we're going to make with Strong Hall. So,
So
yeah.
they built a building to put the stuff in which they're going to build the building with.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
I'm going to let you get back to work. We don't want to take any more of your precious time.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow, I'm surprised they let you back there without a hard helmet.
Well, there's actually 2 reasons to that. This head is hard enough, and number 1, if anything were to fall on it, it would, it's, adding insult to injury, basically. Nothing much it could have done.
Yeah.
We have another segment, Jackson.
Another one?
Another segment. This is actually, I want to do as many segments as I can this year so I don't have to talk as much. This one it's been in the works for over a year. I worked at Meijer last summer, like 2017. And it was a monotonous job, and I would get so bored doing it, I had to think of creative ways to stock fruit. So I would throw them behind my back, catch them on the other side, and then put them on the shelf. So I thought of an idea, how heavy can I get with fruit? And I thought, why don't I just make a segment of this? So this is the very first ever segment of David Pierce Anderson throws things behind his back, and then he tries to catch them on the other side. Welcome to David Pierce Anderson throws things behind his back and then he tries to catch them on the other side. This is the segment where David Pierce Anderson throws things behind his back and then he tries to catch them on the other side. The debut segment, I should say. Now, since we're back to school, may as well throw some back to school items. Starting off with a pen. The beautiful Jackson Touchberry is gonna hand me a pen, and this is one of my favorite pens I will be using today. It's a Pilot G207. I hope I don't drop this because this is one of my favorite pens. Here we go. Object number 1.
Woo!
Pretty, not bad, not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all, and for the first time ever in my ATV career, I think in anybody's ATV career, we have a live audience. Yeah, great job, everybody. You're doing a great job. BEMU is helping us out today. So once again, we're going to move on to object 2 of 6, a stapler. The beautiful Jackson Touchberry once again with a stapler. I'll trade you. A swing line stapler. Works fine. Well, fine enough. Object 2. Two for two. 2 for 2. Stick it to them. All right, object number 3 is a textbook. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't buy textbooks. But I have one here for me. The beautiful, maybe even sexy Jackson Touchberry. Woo! Offering me Carly Angot's Selling Building Partnerships book. So are you selling buildings with a partnership?
It was a business communication class that I never actually opened that book for. So
Well,
please do damage.
Groundbreaking moments. I am opening the book. I'll read a passage maybe. No, I won't. We're going to try object 3 of 6, the textbook. Well, that's a failure. We're going to cut for one moment because this next one's going to get ugly. I said this next one's going to get ugly. It's going to get more dirty than ugly. What's a college kid that doesn't drink coffee? A college kid that does Adderall. The wonderful Jackson Touchberry will offer me a cup of coffee. This is a real cup of coffee. Authentic Science Complex coffee. There's the proof. So we are going to throw a cup of coffee behind my back, and I will try to catch it on the other side. This is object 4 of 6, the splash zone, to the left of me. Be ready. Here we go. Nice. I like this cup too. Tyler Dumas and Reyes, that is my orthodontist. I'm gonna see him next week. Maybe get a new one. The next object is a loaded backpack. Jackson Touchberry will bring in this loaded backpack of mine. Very heavy. Jackson's much stronger than me. Object 5 of 6 stores all of your things. It's kind of heavy. Okay. We'll give it a shot. So we've missed one, it's just the textbook, but now for the grand finale, Jackson, the sexy, beautiful, wonderful, magnificent hunk of a man, will bring me my laptop. Woo! Making me blush. Come on, man. This was full of my notebooks. We're in 2018 now. This is my notebook. Beautiful Acer laptop. We're gonna give it a shot. Should I keep it open or closed? What do you think, audience? Open. They want me to do it open. Here we go. Final item, 6 of 6, back to school. David Pierce Anderson throws things behind his back and then he tries to catch them on the other side. The laptop.
There goes the notes.
Not bad. That was David Pierce Anderson throws things behind his back and then he tries to catch them on the other side. I cannot tell you how happy I am. We finally did that segment.
You've been talking about it basically every single week since you came up with it.
We're gonna do it sometime, and I hope to do that a few more times this semester, and the whole school year. I've got plans for a whole bunch, and I think it'll be fun, and hopefully you enjoyed it. It's just a feat of human will and strength, and I'm glad to be able to. I think I'm one of the greatest ever of throwing things behind my back and catching them on the other side because I don't think anyone else does it.
I'm glad we have your eternal struggle captured on camera.
That's right. Well, me too, and I hope to do more of it this school year. We're going to have a good show today. We finally were able to line up schedules with Larry Borum III, former student body vice president. So we will be talking with him in the next segment. We will be back after this break.
Are you an EMU student interested in getting a first-hand experience working at a radio station? Well, say no more. EMU offers a class through Eagle Radio that will thoroughly prepare you for a real-life experience. But first, you have to register for the class. Pick a date and a time slot. Then the world is yours. Eagle Radio allows you to be fully independent and customize your own show. Have real conversations about the news, celebrity gossip, update listeners about the weather, play a trivia game, it's your show. You're free to name your show whatever you want and play any edited music of your choice. If you love having heated debates and you feel your words need to be heard, then Eagle Radio is just for you.
Welcome back to Still on the Air. My name is David Pierce Anderson. Of course, we're here with Larry Borum III, former student body vice president. Larry, thanks for joining us today.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
We were trying to get you all last year, and
yeah, I know it's
busy man, right?
Schedules always happen, man. Busy as always.
That's right. Well, we're happy to have you this time around.
Yeah.
We actually started off last season with an interview with President Miles Payne.
Yes, Miles, my boy.
So that's right. Yeah, exactly. You guys, president and vice president together. We were talking with him about what's the plan for this school year, and now that we have you after your reign, how do you guys think you did?
I think personally, with we had no experience coming in student gov. We were RAs. We worked in housing for a couple years, and from that perspective, I think not having experience in student gov, I think we did okay. I think we did all right.
That's right.
Pretty good.
So you had a couple of goals going into the school year. Do you think you hit on those?
Yeah, so even though the Rec IM, that was a plan that was initiated between Josh and Tanasia, our predecessors, I think we did a pretty good job of trying to, just move that forward with the student body. With the parking app that we did, even though that was, that kind of helped out with the parking deal that we got with LAZ coming in, and they're going to implement some new technology, so that's cool. A lot of the small things, I think we did pretty well. A lot of the big projects that we're trying to push, it takes a lot of institutional change, and with that, you need support from the university. So that could have been difficult. Me personally, I completed one of my small goals, and that was getting barbecue grills back on campus. So I was happy about that.
We're all happy about that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
That's a good one. So you mentioned you hadn't had any experience in student government before. What possessed you to do such a thing?
Well, it's a very fun story, I think. So one of the reasons why it helped was before I used to my friend Josh, who was VP last year, he told me to you should run for the senator position, and I was like, I kind of turned it down a little bit, but near my senior year or my fourth year, I was, I want to do this, and just watching documentaries and just going to talks about leadership, and they were saying that if you want to make a change, you got to, put yourself out there. So I thought student gov, I really, after talking with some close friends of mine, this is what I should do. The funny thing was that someone else was talking to Miles saying he was interested about running for president. And we were working in the same hall. And I heard about it, and I was like, wait a minute, if he's running for prez, he has no student gov experience either. I was like, you know what, we should run together. And he was like, bro, yeah, we had a talk in the kitchen in Pittman Hall. We just binded the stars aligned, and we're like, you want to do this? And he was like, yeah.
That's
let's
awesome.
do it.
That's a good story, because I like how it's usually a lot of people will be like, well, I have no experience. Let me find the veteran in student government. But no, two guys that have no idea what they're doing, and you go on to win. And from afar, I thought you guys both did a great job.
Thank you.
And I was proud to have voted for you.
Appreciate it.
And so, was politics ever on your agenda, on your mind before?
Not really. It was just more of just being an advocate for the student body and just learning the ropes, because this was something that was new to me. So I was trying to figure out, the ins and outs of student gov and what we can do to make, student body better. So it was a great experience. I would definitely do it again.
So now after, is there politics in the future?
So this is my last semester. I graduate in December.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I want to go to grad school. I want to go into renewable energy and energy policy. And with that, after my graduate career, I would love to get some experience in the industry. And then, after getting that experience and knowledge, I want to go into policy, which may be politics. It could be, being a technical advisor for the Congress or the U.S. Congress Committee. It could be a lot of things. So I could see politics in the future. Yeah,
it's exciting.
Yep.
And this year, I understand, I was getting a quick briefing, but what are you up to for your last semester here?
Well, I am right now judicial sergeant for student gov. It's a much smaller position. I have less responsibility. But
what does that mean?
So pretty much all I do is I make sure everyone follows Robert's Rules of Order. That's our parliamentary procedure. I make sure everyone follows the bylaws. No one gets, no one's doing anything wrong. I assist the VP, the vice president, which is now Katie Stewart. I assist her in the meetings, making sure everyone is, doing their thing. Robert's Rules Order is going great. And honestly, those are like my two biggest objectives and jobs. So that's my position right now. And, doing that since my last semester, I'm looking at grad schools. Okay. So it's got to start this haunting process of grad school applications.
Yeah,
it's crazy, but it's also exciting at the same time.
Well, fortunately, I went into film, and there will be no grad school in my future.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man.
For sure, not on that end. Well, Jackson and I both seniors also. We're looking ahead to the future, so we understand that kind of like mentality now.
Absolutely.
Were you able to sit down with current president and vice president and kind of give them a briefing? Yeah.
Funny story. They were part of our e-board last year, so the transition process was easier for us because they already knew the ropes of like what they had to do, what they needed to do, and we were there for the summertime to make sure the transition was clean.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's awesome. So we're looking ahead, and you're talking about politics, talking about renewable energy. Grad school, any places in mind?
Yes.
Yep.
So Ohio State is my top. Also looking at U of M.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Wayne State. I'm looking at Cornell, some schools in Oregon. I'm really at this point, I'm just trying to find as many options as possible. Whoever's going to give me the money to, go to school, really I'll take the opportunity. So just got to find the right program, the right person, and we go from there.
That's awesome. Well, I know Miles was a big golfer.
Yes.
What do you do outside of the office?
I produce music.
Really?
I love music production. I actually have my own little studio in my room in Cornell Courts, and I actually just sold I sold my first beat a couple days ago. And
congratulations
thanks,
again.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
I sell, I produce music, but I also write. I'm actually trying to start recording myself. If there's a plug, my name is Third Son. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. Instagram is @_LBIII. So that's me. If you guys want to follow me, please do.
Please do it.
Yeah. We should have him on as a musical guest.
We might have to line up schedules again. Yeah, I think that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So, what kind of music are you into mainly?
So I listen to a lot of music, but my sound is it's like a mixture of electronic. It's like electronic infused with like R&B, hip hop, trap. It's very alternative, but it sounds pretty good. I mean, I think it sounds good.
That's good. Well, you have to. Think that for sure.
You gotta have confidence in yourself.
For sure. Well, we will. I want to definitely look into that, and we're gonna check you out. I suggest one more time where to find your musical talents.
So you can follow me on Instagram. It's @_LBIII. I also have a SoundCloud. It's Third Son. That's SUN right now. So follow me @ThirdSon. Those are probably where you could find my music right now. So
definitely gonna check that out.
Awesome.
When we get back, we're gonna play a little game. It's gonna be an improvised debate,
Nice.
and we'll see how it goes because I don't even really know. But it'll be a fun time. We'll be back after the break.
I'll be right back, I told myself. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. 2 minutes later, and everything was gone. My backpack, my laptop, my cell phone, my iPod. 2 minutes was all it took. I was lucky. The thief was eventually caught and I got it all back. But now that I had that happen to me, I realized that anything valuable has to be treated like cash. I'll never leave it out of my sight again. My name is Heather, and I'm trying to be safe.
Welcome back to Still on the Air, episode 1. You're going to see a couple of those every now and then. So we're going to play a new game for all of us here at SOTA. We don't have a prompter today either, once again, first episode. So I'm going to read them off the rules off of this sheet of paper here.
Sounds good.
We're going to, the director, producer, overall overseer of the show, Justin Stovall, posed a question. And we are going to be arguing our side of it, but we're going to randomly draw our answers from a bag. Okay. So we don't know what we know right now, but we're going to find out in a second.
All right.
Does that sound about right, Justin? Does that sound good to you? Is that it? Okay. Thumbs up from Cameron, our floor director. So that's what we're going to do. The question posed today, and I'm reading it for the first time, which 80s action hero would make the best tutor? I imagine that's 1980s, correct? 1980s. So which 1980s action hero will make the best tutor? There it is on the screen. So now we draw, right, from this non-sponsor Chick-fil-A bag of wisdom. I like it. Don't go with everything they say because you know Chick-fil-A. I'm going to read mine first.
Okay.
This 80s Oh, the Terminator. The Terminator is my answer.
Okay.
Larry, what'd you get?
My answer is Ripley from Aliens.
And mine is Dutch from Predator. It's a really long one.
Oh, Aliens vs. Predator. Okay.
So,
Anyone want to trade?
first question, how well do you know those answers? Because I'm Terminator's a rough one for me. We might have to draw again, or we might have to have Justin give us some other answers.
Oh man.
How do you feel, Larry, about yours?
I'll be honest. I never seen the movie Aliens.
That's
I saw
fair.
some clips.
Man.
Jackson, how do you
See,
feel?
I know yours way better than I know mine.
You want this one?
I'll take
You're
Terminator.
taking this
Oh,
one.
yeah, I already got it.
And then we're going to take, we'll pass back. Larry, you can
Yeah,
take another
sure.
one right now.
Alrighty.
Improvise. And we're actually just going to be drawing heroes for this whole segment, so we might actually never get to the question. I'm going to take them all out.
Mine's easy.
So I got John McClane from Die Hard.
Okay, that's a good one. Oh, here we go. I got mine. Rocky Balboa.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Everyone good?
Everyone's good now.
I'll try.
Do you want another one?
I don't think. Is there another one? There might not be another one.
We will get you one that you have
I
an
didn't know
answer
Die
for.
Hard was an '80s movie. Did not know that. Man.
You know RoboCop?
I go RoboCop.
You go RoboCop?
I can rock with RoboCop.
We'll do
I
RoboCop.
can rock with RoboCop.
Justin, if you ever want to play this game by yourself out here, feel free to come on out. All right, Jackson, you make the first case. Why Terminator is the best 80s superhero tutor?
Okay. Seen Terminator 2? He's really good with kids. Start off with that. You know, he's on his whole adventure. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's got a little kid. He's a rough one. He doesn't like responsibility. Doesn't like listening to the rules. So he takes a muscular, previous Mr. Universe robot man. They go on an adventure. They learn a little thing about love. I think he could teach them a little thing about math as well.
Okay.
He's a robot. They know about math,
He probably has something up his sleeve.
at least.
Metallic sleeve. I think that's a fine case. Larry, are you ready? You want me to go?
I am.
Okay.
I can go.
Let's hear it.
All right. So, Jackson posed the argument about robots. Well, I have a RoboCop, so it's a robot and a cop. Now, just to get some context here, RoboCop, you know, set in the future and all. So obviously there's some technology that we don't know that he could teach upon us, right? He's a cop, so cops have to be trained. Therefore, if they have to be trained, they know some things that we don't know, and they can be good teachers. So that's my first argument of case for my boy RoboCop. Yes, fun fact, I think, I'm not really sure, there was some debate of trying to put a statue of RoboCop in Detroit. Just a fun fact.
Well, that's an excellent segue to mine because of a fictional statue in a city, Rocky Balboa. And I also like how Justin specified Rocky IV, as if there isn't a series, but I'll make my case as Sylvester Stallone would. You know, Rocky's going to be a tutor. No, we weren't going to do that. We're not going to do it like that. But Rocky is going to be a great tutor because he doesn't take no for an answer. He understands you might be the underdog and you might not understand this problem, but you just got to go out and do it. You just got to try. You just got to practice. You got to wake up at 6 a.m. and eat 6 raw eggs. I think that was the number he did. But you eat raw eggs. You do the math. You run around chasing chickens. Jackson, you would know. And then by the end of it, you're a champion. And you got a wife named Adrian. And you got a movie series, and you're rebooting it again. Rocky Balboa, greatest tutor from the 80s. Any rebuttals?
I mean, I think Rocky's not counting any higher than 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a very good point. And I also think he'd be very difficult to understand.
I think he'd be hard to understand.
And he doesn't even got.
And have we seen him with kids?
Yes, we have. His son. And he's a very good father.
He's a good father?
He's a good father.
Does-
His son doesn't agree with his father, but his father is always there. So Rocky will always be there as your tutor. He will never give up on you.
But is he a robot?
Nobody fought one and he beat him.
But
Drago.
You could program a robot to stick with you. You know what I'm saying? Like you could program a robot to be your friend, your mentor for like the entirety of your existence. So
Terminators are designed to adapt and learn and overcome. If they don't know the answer, they'll find the answer and they'll find the best way to do it. He's going to tutor.
See, what's going on
heck
right
out of
now?
some kids.
This is like androids versus humans right now. I'm telling you, like robots about to take over the world.
This is the android human. He beat an android human. Well, I don't know. I guess Justin has an answer for us of who won.
Yeah.
We're going to
right.
find out in a second, I think. Does he have a good Jackson?
Hey!
Jackson.
Look at that. Well, that could have been me. I gave you that win, Jackson.
Yeah, you really talked yourself down there. at the
That
end.
too. And I literally handed you the winning card.
That's true. So thank you.
Well, what a fun segment that was. We're going to be back in one moment. We're going to say goodbye. This was episode number 1 of Who Knows How Many for the 2018-2019 ETV season. Thanks for staying with us. We'll be back in one moment.
We are True EMU! Let me show you love. Love is what I know. Join me in this life, beautiful soul. Everything you need, everything you want, you have it right here, my beautiful soul. We are True EMU!
I am True EMU.
We are True EMU!
Thanks for joining us on Still on the Air. My name is David Pierce Anderson. We got Jackson Touchbury, Larry Borum III. Our first episode of the ETV season, first episode of the Still on the Air season. We're happy to be back. It's going to be a good year. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with another episode. We'll see you then. As always, it's been a pleasure.